Alright, welcome to World of Tanks, and today we're probably going to be making this one mostly about the KV-3. Um, I've been kind of sort of navigating this game in a tier-by-tier fashion. This was my experiment with artillery and such. And yeah, it's overpowered. There's no question about it. But basically I've been trying to get everyone on tier parity. As you can see, the United States is a little bit behind. My German branch is behind in terms of mediums. The Hirsch, or whatever it is. This tank, I will unlock it. However, I highly doubt that I will play it. Simply due to the fact that it doesn't really bring you anywhere. I mean, seriously. I already have these engines unlocked. I have these radios unlocked. I have all of these guns unlocked. So all I need to unlock on this tank is the turret and the tracks. And that's it. And then it leads to the Tiger with 47k. But the thing is, I already have this tank unlocked, and it leads to the Tiger with 45k. And I enjoy playing it. So I will unlock this tank, but me playing it, very dubious. Also, it's a very light medium, 50 millimeters of front armor. Its turret, when you get it, it's 120, but it rotates very slowly, and I don't know. It just feels like a tank without a place. It's also awkwardly proportioned. So it's like a tank teenager, I guess. And the 3001P actually does work. More importantly, though, you need it to get the 3002 DB. And this is the part where I feel really gypped. Because look at this, 41k, you don't need to unlock anything. Now we go over here to a comparable tank, tier 6. I need 57,000 after unlocking this cannon to get to the next tank, and that is just painful. I have not invested the time to grind that out yet. But once I get there, I have all three of these cannons. I have this radio, I do believe. Yes, I do. And the engine I don't have, because the engines they make exclusive. So engine, tracks, and turret is what I need to unlock in this tank. I'd probably do it in the order of tracks first, then turret, and then, yeah. And then here, I'd need to unlock the turret, and that's it. I think this is the same gun as... No, it's not. This is not the same gun as on the KV-3, so I'd need to unlock it, but whatever. Point here being is, wow, there is a lot of unlocks for this tank as far as yeah, wow. That will be a genuine pain to unlock stuff for. But anyways, as you can see, I've basically gotten most of the branches that I'm going down. Russian medium heavy, German medium heavy, and USA mediums, because I really don't want to play the M3 Lee, and I'm going down the US heavy branch in US release, probably. Maybe. So, yeah, I've been working on my Soviet branch, and the result of that is I have the KV, and people are Steam messaging me. Yay. I tried out the 100mm. It is not as good as the 107. Frankly, the 107 so far is the best gun that I've found for this. And as far as the damage per second basis, it is significantly better than the 122. Has 167 millimeters of penetration versus 175, and I mean that's really not a big deal, but it fires a little bit under twice as fast. So, and the ammo is cheaper, a lot cheaper. So I'm sticking with the 107, and yeah, I have everything else upgraded to the max. And what else was I going to say about this tank? Oh yeah, you can see it's basically the same body as the KV, but it is actually longer. The KV-3 has 3 of these auxiliary wheels up top. As you can see, this tank has 4, so it's longer. It's a little bit wider as well. And as you can see, the turret on it ends up being smaller, just because the KV-2 turret was hilariously large. And it does have a little bit of a slope here. And I have been rather successful in getting people to shoot at me from this angle, where their bullets will literally just slide along my front plate. Problem is, they often slide into my tracks, and yeah, how about we go into a battle? No more of me talking. Yes. Well, I apologize for the lecture at the start, but I kind of need to get it out of my system. So, yeah, gameplay. Interesting stuff. And as you can see, I've yet again been raped by the matchmaking system. They have an S7, we have a mouse, T-34, and, you know, Su-152s, S4s, and just all sorts of...
Бой начинается.
Yeah, now, guy was asking whether you should, put the secondary turret on the KV-3, because you don't really need it. You can fit the 107 in the standard turret, and thereby save yourself, like, 9,000 experience, I do believe. But the secondary turret gives you more hit points, which is good, but more importantly, it gives you 130 millimeters of front armor, and it's very awkwardly shaped, which is really awesome. If I am in a turret up or a hull down position, depending on what you would like to call it, this turret is a bounce magnet. It does not like to let shots go through. It's also pretty much equally armored on the sides, and only in the rear is it a little bit weaker, if I remember correctly. So it is a good turret. Very few things in the game can actually get through the turret, so everyone's better off at shooting the body, sort of like an un-American tank. Except, if I remember correctly, they have a 160 plate at the front of their turret. The other thing is, Robo-Kami is gone. He is no longer there. You can still see the face, but there's no nose. Someone ripped it off. I guess he became Michael Jackson bot. Oh, that was a low blow, but that's okay. We'll let that one slide. And yeah, here we are, KV-3 buddies going to our death. He has the 100mm cannon on there. You can tell because it has that little stub coming out of the turret versus this one, which is all flat. And the 122 has a recoil compensator on the end of it. So that's how you can tell the turrets apart for this gun, and obviously the stock turret is very, very short. So that's how you can tell that one apart. Is it relevant? No, not really, but if you're up close, it's nice to see what kind of gun your opponent has, to see how much damage they do, and how likely you are to do well in a duel, and so on and so forth. I need to get to that bush before they start coming down the hill, or else I will be in a bad place, because they have some very high-tiered artillery over there, and high-tiered artillery can span the entire distance of this map. They can be sitting in A0 and, I mean not A0, B1, and easily hit me where I am right now. So, you know, it's a difficult life. Difficult being a KV. That's the other thing. This tank has like 100mm front plate, and then the sides are very long and very unarmored. So, in general, building games are kind of hard with this tank because they will track you a lot. As you can see, the tracks tend to dominate this tank. So you want to watch out for that. That's one of its weaknesses. So really, you want to be fighting your opponents head-on or at an angle right about like this, poking out from behind a building. Also, relative to other tanks, you have to stick a good deal of your tank out before you can get your turret to fire. If you'd look at the distance that I have to come out, I mean, that's pretty much 3/4 the length of a T-34. So it is not a small distance by any means. There's some tanks where the turret is more frontally mounted, and you can get away with building games easier, but not on this one. Plus, it is very slow to move. So after you stick your head out, it's kind of stuck out there for the next while, and you'll probably get tracked, as I mentioned earlier. yeah, that happens quite a lot in this tank. Crits on my gun are not as common as they were with my VK3601, and here you can see just god beamed that poor fucker, and then there's our guy getting god beamed by their team. So an all-around exchange of piss, and we'll see how things turn out. I don't know what tank that is over there, but I am not camping like my KV3 buddy over there, because he's being all intelligent and stuff, and fuck that. I'm gonna get caught out on the hill and killed by artillery, but fuck it. Maybe I'll be able to get a shot off. Yeah, lots of commentary in this video. This tank is a slow one. It's even slower than the KV. I do have the engine and track upgrades, as I've shown you. This tank just does not go fast. You can get out and push. Let's put it that way. Alright, so their medium tank fled the scene, and that's a T-54 back there, so I do have a good bit of support. 30 kilometers per hour is maximum speed. I don't think you are allowed to go any faster than that, and holy fuck balls, it's the S7. Shit, fuck. Fuck, and it's a T-30. Oh, fuck. I just flinched at that shot because I thought it was going to hit me and track me, and then I'd be dead, but either way, I am dead. It's just a matter of time. Yeah. That one didn't even hit me. It landed over there and killed me. I'm pretty sure... no, wow. What the fuck shot me then? If that wasn't what killed me, what did? Lapwing. Which is a T-44? Huh? I don't think I saw a T-24. Whatever. I died. I didn't really expect much of myself in that match. Let's do experience prediction. Those are usually fun. If we lose, I predict around 100 experience, and if we win, it should be 350. We won't win, though. We have a mouse versus an S7. We'll lose by default. And yay, here we are. Now, one might think that the matchmaker was merciful and only put a tier 8 on their team, and that is true, but they also have an entire team of KVs and no medium tanks. And being in a PZ-34, KVs are kind of a problem, in the sense that if they hit me anywhere but the front with any gun but their stock gun, they will do pretty much my whole life of damage. So yeah, fun times. Oh yeah, the PZ-34, I have never really shown this tank off, but it is phenomenal. Would you look at that turning speed, and the turret is actually quite fast, but it can't quite keep up with the turning speed. As you can see, over time, the turret tends to drift more and more. And I don't know why it twitches like that. I really don't, but what can you do? So this is basically the best answer the Germans have to the T-34. It has front slope, side slope, 80 millimeters of armor in the front, and a 16 round per minute, 110 penetration, 110 damage, somewhere around there gun. So the gun on this thing is actually quite impressive. It's not the Panzer IV gun in terms of awesomeness, but it's still pretty good. You can't snipe with it, but you sure as hell can try. The tank itself is quite fast and agile, as I showed, and yeah, this map. I don't know whether to cry or jump for joy. And let's try, nope, god damn it. He hit next to me, that son of a bitch. And yay, artillery. One would figure this map would be bad for artillery, but even then, they can still hit you without a problem. So yeah, great success. Half of our team is camping at base, half of them are spread all around, and nah, there's no coherence. So that's kind of done. I guess we can make this like, you know, like an interracial orgy or something. Just throw in an American tank. Let's do it. And yay, here we are. The top tank for this game is a KV-3. And there's about 4 of them on our team, 1 of them on the opponent's team. And I'd say this map is actually pretty heavily biased towards my team winning. Now, whenever this happens, I always question, why can't I be that KV-3 who has complete control and dominance over any tank in the match? And Matchmaker hates me. QQ more. And per subscriber advice, I am using the quarter pounder on this little sumbitch. And it ends up playing like a shittier RAM too. Let's put it that way. It's faster, less armored, less hit points. 200 hit points is a rather major loss of hit pointage. But hey, at least it's pretty fast, right? And it's a tier 5. And I was arguing in the forums, and somebody says this tank could beat a T-34 one-on-one with no artillery intervention, and I kind of sort of laughed in their face, but anyways. Whatever. Forums are not my thing. I don't often lurk on there, it's just I was on there in this one thread for a particularly little reason. Yay. Oh, hey, there's one. Aw, damn it. Didn't get the shot off, oh well. Can't say I went into that expecting to do well. While we're doing tier 5 mediums, might as well bust out the T-34. Last time around I performed rather admirably and got 300 experience. That was sarcasm. And yay, looks like it's going to be another fun-filled match against a tiger. So what exactly am I going to do in this match? Well, as a T-34, speed is on my side, and that's about it. Now, I predict all the heavies will go to town and have a fight right around this region. If you're watching my mouse cursor, it's at the bottom right of the screen. They'll be in the town, but there will probably be... actually, they don't have an anti-tank. However, I am guessing a medium will rush through the factory, at the very least. So... I'm wondering if I could just take the outer lane and, do something or other. Right? I don't know. They have a lot of KVs, and KVs are not my friend. I can damage them. I can kill them, but that's in a one-on-one situation. There's a lot of artillery on their team. 4 pieces specifically. And that is a lot of chance to just die. There is no better way to put it. And as much as I may love this tank, I have to admit it does not stand much of a chance going up against a bunch of tier 7 heavies with 4 artillery pieces supporting them. I also have to admit that... Ooh, what's that in the factory? Is that a T-20 American Tier 7 heavy, if I remember correctly, equivalent to the T-43 and 3002 DB? I am not going to tangle with that son bitch. What I am going to tangle with, though, is this artillery piece right about her. And here is a commie cat sneaky tactic. You get right behind him so the other artillery pieces hit him because they are dumbasses, and then basically you can use his corpse to recover once your track recovers. And then you can slide out and take care of that guy. And slide back behind here. And, crit on my gun, of course. It wouldn't be a game without me getting critted on my weapon. But I don't have a shot. No, I do have a shot. An artillery piece. That's what I hate about artillery pieces. They do too much component damage. And there we are. The Tiger finishes me off. However, I managed to kill 2 of their artillery pieces and disrupt their backlines quite a bit. So I can say I was generally successful. And, Mr. Kita, I feel bad for you, son. Because your own team's artillery hit you in an attempt to hit me. Because people who play artillery are pants-on-head retarded. Yeah. There is another reason why I was going for a ram. And it was not to do damage. So let me see. Loss 172. Nobody's match for 150. And another loss for 115. Net profit, yes. Yes. And yes. Okay. So there we are. A good amount of net profit. And that game we're probably going to lose, I hate to say. The one that I was just in with the T-34. Actually, I'm kind of reluctant to call it either way. We did a good job messing up their flank. Their artillery will not be supporting them, but, I don't know. Seems kind of like a toss-up. So for this tank, my next plan would probably be to get the IS and make it an elite afterwards. Stalling noises, herp derp. I mean, that sounds like a pretty sound idea. It sounds strategy as any. Oh, hey, haha, we won, and I got 1,200 double experience points. Yay. Yeah, I'm trying to make this tank elite as well. Because it's a fun-filled little tank, and I like it, and I intend to keep it for stuff. It could be useful. I'm probably going to keep it. And if I don't keep it, I'm at least keeping the crew. It's 4 members. Honestly, very much well worth it. This tank, basically, I have a full 100% crew, all training skills. So, yeah, this tank is also going to be elite once I unlock the T-43. And I can use it to farm experience or crew or whatever it is that I need at any given moment. Yeah. 42,000 on the S3. I could probably get that. Let me check out my statistics, actually. How many battles have I gotten on the KV? 53 battles within the last probably 2 days. That is a lot of playing. That's all I have to say. A lot of it. I've gotten I've gotten a fair bit of medals on this, though. I've gotten Sniper Penetration Award, kills in a row with 1 shot award, and just hitting people award. So yeah, that's quite nice. I mean, whatever. 17 hits in a row, 9 penetrations, 4 kills. Yep. I really have entirely too many of these. But then again, it's because I've played through literally every... Wait, let me double check my claim. Yes. 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 Yep. I have played through every single Tier 4 light tank in this entire game. Wow. Talk about a waste of time. This here is actually a good match. This is what matches should be. Tiers 6 and 7 tanks, basically, in this match. With a smattering of Tier 5s that should not really be here. But either way, I mean, 1 tier above is really not a problem to go against, especially in a fully upgraded state. So that's really my take on the whole thing, is that, the dual tier system, which I would totally support, is probably for the win, but the developers have blatantly said that The only thing they are going to do about matchmaking is rebalance the point values of each team. They are not going to change the range within which tanks are matched. So if you're playing a Tier 4 light and getting matched up against S7s, that will continue, and they have no intentions of quote-unquote fixing it because they don't see it as an issue. It kind of peeves me to see the devs just being so cavalier about the whole thing, where they take every issue and just say, yep, that's intentional, yep. But whatever, that's just me and being me. And yay! Did you see that wonderful piece of awesomeness? I managed to get hit already, and I managed to get an artillery shot to hit me. So there we are, the match has started. I'm already 200 hit points down just because my tank is too slow to get out of spawn. This map is really not one of my favorites. I don't generally like it in any which way, shape, or form. Just because it is an artillery playground. Okay, let's put it that way. There is a grand total of here where you can take cover from artillery. Everywhere else on the map, they can shoot at will. The two spawns can shoot at each other directly and with a decent bit of accuracy. And to get to this battle, you have to get uphill. And if your team doesn't control the hill, you can't take the low road. Skimming the coast will have you noticed by a tank that camps in the bushes here and then artillery to death. And artillery has plenty of forest to hide itself. So yay for maps. Right? They have announced that they are going to, if I recall correctly, rebalance some of the maps or redesign them or something along those lines. So the maps are not staying as they currently are. Damn it.
Повреждение гусеницы. Шанс разрыва увеличен.
And yeah, as I said, if they control the hill, being where I am is quite suicidal. So I'm gonna try and get out of here. But it probably won't happen just because this tank is slow, and right now I'm showing them my side, which is soft and vulnerable and all that nice stuff. Yeah, alright, so then... God damn it! Get out of my way, Tiger! Thank you. Alright, so now the idea is we get behind this hump here and hopefully avoid most of their fire. And then I can poke out in the turret up position, and never mind, I can't because he went down below the ridge as well. Son of a bitch. Aw, no penetration on the side. That is just poor luck. Poor luckmanship. And there you have it. Something just hit the front of my turret and bounced off. You can see the streak there. As I said, when this turret is facing somebody, their chance to hit is very, very low, and I love the turret just for that, if for nothing else. It's the fact that when you're shooting directly at the front of this thing, you will not hit. Well, you will, but there's a very high chance of bouncing. Because there's a very small flat surface and the rest of it is very, very curved. So right now they have some mediums camping in the bushes over there, and from what I gathered, one on the hill. So what we need is somebody to go up there and scout. Of course, no one will. And I am possibly the worst candidate for moving out, just due to my speed alone. So the tiger's kind of moving around. The problem with moving is when you do, you lose your stealth modifier. When you're standing for 3 seconds still, I've already said this, but just repeating, in case somebody didn't watch the last one or still has a question about it. The way it works is when you're standing still for 3 seconds, you get a different cloaking modifier than when you are moving. So basically, when you're sitting still in bushes, you're about twice as hard to spot as when you just moved into the bushes and for those first 3 seconds. Also, bushes work as in, they work like a block. So envision the bushes blocking the line of sight from their turret to you, and that's how the mechanic works. It basically checks if there's a direct line, and if the bushes are in the way, it inserts the multiplier there. And yay, there is so much of me talking in this video. I'm pretty sure most of you are sick of it by now, but this tank is so slow that I can't actually move around the battlefield at any decent speed. So there's plenty of transit time and very little action. And most of it is just me getting shot or me taking too long to aim and just, ugh. Speaking of action, I think we can get a little here. If I can just... Oh, bah. That's a problem with traveling with an ISU 152. It can pretty much knock anything in this match flat on its heels. Actually, literally anything in this match flat on its heels. I mean, not the ISU 152, just the Su 152. With its top gun, it can pretty safely penetrate Tier 8 heavies with some serious impunity. Not Tier 9s, though. Tier 9s are a little bit more of a toss-up game. So let's see if I can hit him in the side here. Yeah, there we go. And I have too long of a reload time to ever hit him again, so we'll just chill out here and move in that general direction. Just follow him a little bit. Oh, I accidentally turned my auto-aim on there. That is quite embarrassing. And he disappeared from my view. Yay. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention, anti-tanks have a much higher camo multiplier than normal tanks. So they tend to camouflage a little bit better. And there we are. My second kill on camera, apparently. Good for me. Showing off that maybe I don't suck as much as some people seem to think that I do. Ooh, and there's another lucky bounce and an unlucky being tracked. And yay. And they seem to be firing at my track. I don't know what he just did. I mean, what I did. Did I penetrate and do damage, or did I fail and fluffer nut it? That one I definitely did. And yay. I have 56 hit points, so I should probably not be doing what I'm doing right now. But I'm me, so screw you all. Haha. There's a prime piece of targeting right here that could happen. And there he is. Prime piece of targeting has been targeted and taken out. That guy is in a turret up or hull down, depending on your personal preference position, and I survived! Haha! You guys have no idea how rare that is. And oh, yes, that is awesome. I like that very much. That is something that I can get behind. And oh yeah, and some of you may have noticed my VK3601 record got replaced by my KV3 record. Because the KV series is honestly much better than anything the Germans have for tiers 5 or 6, not counting artillery. The VK3601 can actually, how should I put this? Okay. If the VK3601 runs at you, hits your track, and then circles around you, in a timely fashion, this tank will lose. Otherwise, the VK3601 is your cookie. It's too flat to bounce. In the meantime, he has to try and hit this here. And actually, if he hits on this sheet, there's a halfway decent chance of a bounce as well. Just because of the 60-degree angle rule, when it comes in and hits that, if it doesn't penetrate right away, it will bouncy bounce, which is awesome. And then let me see if I was, yeah, 120, 90, and 75 in the rear. That's how the armor is, but the turret is 130 all around and 90 in the rear. This little flattened out rear bit is 90. But the rest of it is 130 and very lovely in terms of bounciness. So yay. I actually managed to show off myself doing well with a tank that I kind of like, but I'm mostly just very sick of from playing so much lately. So yeah, there we have it. The KV3 doing poorly and doing well as all of my Tier 5 mediums failing hard. Hell yeah. Thumbs up if you like it, thumbs down if you don't. Common Cat, signing off.